We went to bed in Naples and woke up in Sardinia. I love it. Another beautiful sunny day as we eat breakfast looking out the window as we arrive in Cagliari. Established by the Phoenicians in the 8th century BC and ruled by a variety of civilizations over the centuries. An Italian city, though in 1920 D.H. Lawrence wrote that this city was strange and rather wonderful, not at all like Italy. Nate and I are going to enjoy exploring this city. It's quite unusual to be up and awake when the ship arrives in the port. So after breakfast we were able to view our arrival. I always feel a great sense of anticipation when we arrive in a new destination, especially as, in a sense, we were magically transported here, cutting out the worst part of traveling, the part between leaving home and arriving in the destination. The joys of cruising.
From the free shuttle and from the ship to the edge of the city here.
Passengers here are not allowed to walk through the port. We must take the shuttle bus. When we arrive in some destinations, we simply just want to stroll around, enjoy the city, enjoy the ambience, and perhaps have a drink, or even taste the local food. First impressions here were impressive, magnificent architecture, and great attention being paid to detail, which made it a pleasure to behold. Nate and I agreed that this is a great place for a coffee, and he researched the best coffee places. So we sat in this wonderful little arcade and had a coffee.
Well, we're getting a little prepared for the day, getting everything done, and about to explore after the coffee.
I had a cappuccino, a double espresso for Nate. Then an opportunity to watch the world go by. It was very special just to sit here, enjoy our coffee, and watch the goings-on in the city. These old cities have very narrow alleyways, as back in the day there was no need for wider thoroughfares. Al fresco cafes ubiquitous. So we stroll through some of these delightful alleyways and buildings. This is clearly a one-way street. Anyone for a walking tour? are walking to Cagliari Costello. The weather in May is excellent and not too hot or too cold. The triumphal arch of King Umberto I, better known as Bastion San Remy, in the heart of the old town. It's one of the most important monuments in Cagliari. The majestic panoramic terrace, Umberto I. White and yellow limestone columns and Corinthian capitals, inaugurated in 1902. To quote D.H. Lawrence again, he wrote, "It makes me think of Jerusalem without trees, without cover, rising rather bare and proud. One wonders how it ever got there, and it seems like Spain or Malta, not Italy." We thoroughly enjoyed just walking around and taking in the views, its location giving great views over the city and interesting architecture. For Nate and I, it's a challenge to be able to shoot it in such a way that others can enjoy it with us. I've heard some people complain that when visiting cities from a cruise ship, there's not enough time to really enjoy the place. Whenever Nate and I decide where we'll visit, one of the main considerations is that we want to go places that we've never been to before, to explore places for the first time. The cruise ship allows us to do this and get a taste of several cities in 1 week. At times we're pleasantly surprised, at times we're disappointed, but never have we visited a place and regretted it. The experiences of new places, exploring, and having our minds enlightened are always worth it. We even do it in a new city by taking an open-top bus tour and having a quick look first, then deciding which places we should like to return. Of course we can research online and do that, but there's something special about visiting places for ourselves, looking out of the window of the world for ourselves. Not just seeing it, feeling it, experiencing it, and sharing the moment, making a memory. Maybe Nate will bring his son here one day. For both Nate and I, we also have that wonderful anticipation even before we make a trip, when we imagine what it will be like and enjoy it almost before we've been there. The joy of looking forward to something is precious. And so we strolled back to the ship. We had just taken it easy today, not trying to do too much. We considered catching a train back, but decided to walk. It's certainly been a very enjoyable and interesting day. On my travels, I've had a hamburger in Hamburg, a pizza in Pisa, a Frankfurter in Frankfurt, a waffle in Belgium, and chili in Mexico. But would you believe it? I forgot to eat sardines in Sardinia. And so as we stroll back to the ship, we experience even more of this beautiful city. We have thoroughly enjoyed our stay here. The sail away, always a time to reflect, as we sit on the balcony and overlooking the city that we've just visited. I hope that we captured the place in such a way that you're wishing you'd been with us. This is a special time. After a day of exploring, we can just sit on the balcony feeling great. Even the ferry reminding us of its ancient past, the Greek Minoan civilization conquered by the Mycenaeans a few thousand years ago. We're coming to the end of our sojourn. Tomorrow is a day at sea, and the day after we arrive back in Palma, Mallorca. I hope you've enjoyed taking this trip with us. More coming.